Okay, Nancy, this is Dennis. I'm going to review your lesson from yesterday. And there's a couple things that we had to do. Your grip has to be, the left hand picture here is good. The two knuckles on the left hand is good. But you have to move the right hand more on top. So you got to make that little groove in your hand between the thumb and the index knuckle. Point up to your shoulder, point up to your face, I'm sorry, not your right shoulder. So the left hand to the right a little bit, the right hand definitely has to stay on top. That's to get the ball airborne. Okay? The reason for that is you get the club face closed at the top of your swing. More about that later. But the first thing, see your body turning, it's turning, it's turning, it's turning, you still haven't snapped your wrist yet. And that would be your the bane of your not hitting the ball in the air or topping the ball is caused by that. You can't unwind your shoulders before you snap your wrist. It has to be a very handsy feeling from the top. And the second thing is you have to get this left arm extended. See, that club has zero loft on it there. It's not at all unsurprising that everything would go low and left on you. So we've got to deal with this consistently, and we've got to deal with the sequence that we talked about in the lesson. So grip. And when you start your backswing, so the sequencing would be this. When you start your backswing, the shoulders need to start earlier. Shoulders first, and from the top, the club comes down earlier. Okay? So if you start it with your hands and arms and club, like you're doing here, like your shoulders haven't moved at all, and you've moved the club. When you do that, then you're always going to be in a position of being the body going to win the race. Now there's the lefty in you. And it's a shame that you didn't start lefty, in my opinion, because when I gave you the club, there was a much more natural inclination to do it. We're probably too far down the road now, and I think based on the number of good shots that we did do, I think, of course we stay righty, so forget that. But you really can't let this left side dominate. See where you're hitting it way out here on the heel because the club is swinging out. It's not swinging down. So your body turns. It's like softball. Your body turns and you're stepping into the pitch. And where's this club going? It's not going down. It's going out. You follow me? So here's what your goal would be. I'll give you a model to compare this to. This would be the one thing that would break your habit more than anything, and it would be this. You have to lower your arms first. Look how far his arms are down and his shoulders are still turned to the target. All right? Now if I brought your hands down that low, do you see how much your shoulders are already unwound? That's not just your golf issue, that's a very common one. Your husband does it. 80% of my students do it to some degree. So you have to do that drill with your feet together with a 7-iron on a tee with your new grip and just get to the top and feel no body at all. No body at all. Now later, we got to get some follow through. But you can't dive into it first because if you do, you're going to be there well ahead of the club and you're going to top it. You're not going to get to the bottom of the golf ball. Okay, see where you're hitting that? Right off the heel of the club. That's just going to go straight down, close the face, and hit it low left. All right, so feet together, new grip, turn your shoulders first, start it with your backswing, and snap your wrist down first. You've got to get use of your hands, arms, and wrist. to get consistently down to the bottom of your golf ball. Start on a low tee. Don't think of it as a crutch. Just think of it as a learning aid for now. Okay? All right, we'll see you next time. Keep practicing.